Welcome back, everybody. This is Evan.sophir with William Ravis Real Estate. I'm a residential real estate agent in Palm Beach County, and today I'm joined by a very special guest, Jade Valentini. Welcome, Jade. Thanks for coming on.
Hi, Evan. Thanks for having me on. I'm really excited to be here with you today.
You got it. Jade and I have been good friends for a while now, and Jade is a life insurance agent and is a part of a ton of other things as well. So Jade, tell us about how you got started as a life insurance agent and about your company.
Okay, absolutely. You know, it was an interesting journey how I got to this field in the financial world as an agent. I'm originally from France. My family were first generations to come here about 30, 40 years ago. And when I went to college, I went to school for finance. And the reason I did that was because I had this really unique way of learning about how important it is to understand the American system when you come here, right? So again, I'm a foreigner. I came here. My parents, decided to really embrace everything about how to treat money, how to develop strategies, how to get insurance for his children, income and things like that.
Right.
And another parent decided to completely push away all advice and try to go about it her own way. And unfortunately, fast forward 30 years, one has retired with an incredible amount of passive income and way to have a great life, while the other one is living off Social Security. And so when I saw that, I knew that I could make a difference with people's lives simply by giving them advice on how to plan for their future. And life insurance is really the foundation of a strong financial picture. Now, I work with a company called NPC Financial, and they've been in South Florida for 70 years. And what they do is they give full comprehensive financial advice. So although life insurance, disability, and long-term care are the starting point, it's not the only part of the financial planning conversation. And so I get to work with a great team of specialists, investment specialists, and pension trust specialists. And as a unit, we're able to develop plans that really fit every client that we get to work with. And it's rewarding and it's fun because everyone has a specific need and every day is different. Like every single person I get to meet, whether, they're like you, Evan, and you were really fun to talk to, and we started talking about this, to someone who's ready to retire, like they all have a different story to tell. And being a life insurance agent, at first I thought, is this really the way I want to go? But now that I've been in it for a few years, I realize that there's just so much impact that we can do for families, for business owners, and other people who, might not even know they need our service. And then when we have that conversation, they're like, wow, I'm so happy we met.
Right.
No?
Exactly.
Now, I'm sure it's the same thing with you in real estate.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, I get the same thing. And yeah, when I first met you, I thought the same thing. I thought I'm definitely happy that we met from somebody to know, even in the area, from the standpoint of, connections. We both know a lot of people. I hope you join our BNI group, our BNI networking group. I think you'd be great in it and you'd be a great fit. So let me ask you, since COVID-19, has your business model changed at all? I mean, I'm sure it has slightly, obviously, being that, there's been a lot more Zoom calls and things like that. But what about like from day to day, what you're working on or what your clients are asking for? Has that changed?
A little bit. Actually, it didn't slow down very much at all. Maybe the first 2 weeks that things shut down, obviously everyone was scared. But after that, business actually has been very consistent, very busy.
Right.
And working from home is a different experience because you don't take breaks, you don't have commute time. So you're just like, you wake up and you just start calling and making sure everyone's okay. And days turn into weeks really quickly. And, it's been very interesting. There's a silver lining with everything. And humankind as a whole, we're resilient. We find a way, we find solutions. And again, just like everything else, right now we're finding solutions.
Right.
And so going through COVID, I feel that families got much closer to each other.
Right.
And my clients were calling me saying, you know, all of a sudden, you know what, Jade, we need to start looking at our finances again. I need more coverage in case, God forbid, we do get sick. You know, we want some secure assets, some fixed assets that are not correlated to the market, right? It doesn't have that up and down volatility. So there was actually a lot of people that I had spoken to in the past that came back to me over the last few weeks who said, well, maybe we need to look at these different strategies that, you know, a lot of advisors don't get to talk about. And you need both defense and offense, right? And so during COVID, people have realized that they can't always be playing offense. They have to start looking at how to protect their income. Because if you had a hard time with 1 or 2 months of not earning an income, imagine, you know, people that get injured or sick and they're not going to have income for months or years, right? So clients have come around a lot asking about those questions like, okay, what are these strategies again? And how do I protect both myself and the family? You know, so it's been very busy.
Yeah, no, I like the way you put it as people are looking, you can't just play offense, you have to play defense as well. That's happened a lot too with me and my business in the sense that people are really starting to step back, especially now. Hopefully, knock on wood, everything continues to get better, you know, with phase one and everything reopening.
Mm-hmm.
But people now, especially as time has been going on, have thought more about planning and getting back out there, and they've considered renting, buying, selling, or honestly, a big thing that's been happening, at least with me lately, is clients calling me looking for investment properties. You know, for something during this time that, God forbid, if something ever happens like this again, if they go through it with a really great investment property, or if they have another asset like that, it could be really beneficial for obviously financial reasons, security reasons, and all different reasons. So yeah, definitely a lot of planning. So I had a feeling that you were going to say that everything's been going pretty well for you, because you're in a business that it's a necessity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You know, so that's really
absolutely.
important. And then
Now,
go ahead.
when it comes to the real estate, I know a lot of investors are looking to buy right now, but
Right.
have you seen the market staying stable, going up, going down? Is it really the right time, or should investors be waiting a little bit longer to see where the market goes?
Right. So my answer is that it really depends on the price range and exactly what type of home you're looking for. Uh, for
Mm-hmm.
instance, if you're looking for in the price range of 200,000 to 350,000, those move fast throughout the entire year. And honestly, pretty much always, even during these times. So I actually did another video where I talked about the market and, you know, the statistics of it since coronavirus. And the month of March of 2020 was higher than the month of February 2020, as well as January in 2020. Also, the month of March in 2020 was higher than the market was last year. So the market, for whatever reason, didn't feel, at least in March, a shift of a pandemic going on. Now, April did take a little bit of a step off from March. It did decrease slightly, but nothing to be
Mm-hmm.
alarmed over. You know, that's just normal market trends. Some months are busier than others. So I'm curious to see the statistics of May. Today's May 30th, so it's the last day of May. So
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow I'm going to look back and see all of the statistics of May, because I'm curious to see if it stayed the same, if it plateaued, if it went up.
Right.
So I would say like in the 200,000 or less, anything up to 350,000, it's always a good time to buy. And especially since mortgage rates are obviously so low, it's also a good
Mm-hmm.
time to refinance, which is not my specific specialty, but I've been connecting clients to different mortgage lenders for refinance purposes because the rates are so low as
Mm-hmm.
well. But anything higher than that, definitely, if you have a question or if you're curious about a price point or what something's going for or what rate of return you can get from an investment, definitely reach out to me. I'd be happy to look into it for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, it's great. It's very interesting how we're in very different times all around,
I know.
you know?
I know.
So I'm
It's
so happy to hear that you're doing really good with your business. It's not every day you meet someone in their early 20s who's just out there and promoting and doing these videos, and
Yeah.
just love it. Absolutely love it.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. It means a lot, honestly, coming from you. And yeah, it's been tough during these times, but I've learned a lot more even about the real estate industry. And I think, I'll be able to look back on it and realize how much maybe, I learned during this time.
Hmm.
But I wanted to ask you also, your business, can you help anybody in the entire state of Florida? I don't know if you mentioned that already, but what are your
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, actually, I can help anybody in almost every state.
okay. So in almost every state.
So,
Okay.
and now with Zoom, literally, if someone needed some assistance, in Alaska, we could talk,
Right.
right? And another beautiful thing about it right now is that insurance companies have made more simple for people to be able to get some coverage, because they know that there's a lot of social distancing and things like that. A lot of the medical records, they don't need to be taken in person based on your age and income and lifestyle. A lot of it can simply be done through online applications, which makes it very
Very,
easy.
yeah.
Of course, if there's something that comes up that's different, but at least, we want to talk. I don't have to meet you. I don't have to send a nurse to your house, nothing like that,
Right.
you know?
Right. No, it's important. Yeah. And I think a lot of even hopefully if everything gets back to, a more normal version of what it is now, I think that the online and Zoom meetings like we're having now, or, for houses or for real estate purposes, all virtual closings, what you just mentioned for your business, I think that will honestly still be in play. So I think, you might be
Mhm.
working, we all might
Yeah,
be working from home more than we ever have before, even when this all clears up, hopefully.
right. I know I'll be the first to say I am more of the environmentalist type person who's always looking out for the environment.
Right.
And I like the idea that we're not driving around. First, it's dangerous.
Oh,
Second of all, I think we need to give our entire world a break, and I think this definitely gave it a break.
right.
But hopefully, a lot of people realize you can do all your work from home. A lot of us can do a lot of our work from home. And
Right.
so, if you know how to connect with people, if you know how to market, if you know that you're doing good work and you're providing the right service to everyone,
Right.
you really don't need to be there to have to convince someone to do work. If you know what you're doing has value,
Yeah.
all you have to do is just step up, make the phone call, set up the appointment, and explain to someone, you know, all of the benefits, or sometimes not the benefits, right? There's pros and cons to everything,
Right.
right? That and all the solutions that you can provide somebody, just like you do. You're really good at saying, okay, this is a great area, this is not a great area, this is
Yeah.
why.
Right.
When I talk to my clients after I meet with them, I tend to just send them an email with detailed recaps of what we spoke about, because people, they hear you, they say yes, 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 and then they'll forget. So a great way to do it is just staying on track. And as long as you're having good communication, I think that a bit taking all of our businesses virtual when we can
Yeah.
should be taken advantage of.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think communication is even super necessary for our businesses specifically, because in both of our businesses, other people's, they're making huge decisions about whether it's a house or a life insurance policy or their finances. And it's a big, monumentous decision for them. So as communicative as we could possibly be, I feel like is always good. I've never had a client say to me, you're telling me too much information. They're
Exactly.
I know you're the same way, obviously, from when we met.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Even a lot of my clients, yes, they're family and individuals, but I work a lot with business owners because we do a lot of exit strategy planning. And that's all part of life insurance. It doesn't stop just at, the one thing that we think of. There's so much more, for business succession and disability and things like that. So I talk to a lot of business owners, and for them, with just trying to get back to work, they don't want to take a whole hour out of their day to go grab lunch or to grab coffee. So they can just jump on a Zoom call for 30 minutes and you can give them the information they need. That tends to go a lot further because we're really in taking into account each other's time. And to me, it's more considerate of a way of meeting.
Right, exactly. No, I 100% agree. And no, Jade, it's been a pleasure having you on. I know I'll look forward to talking to you next time. And thank you. So, is there anything else you'd want to leave the audience with, or anybody that's watching, about your company or anything like that?
About my company, it's always great to get second advice. Hopefully, if you're watching this, you've already worked with a financial advisor, a life insurance person, and you've already gotten some knowledge. And if you have, go ahead and take a second advice from someone else. You never know what you might learn. If you haven't taken the time to do that, because sometimes we let life run us over or run by us, then I would love to talk to you and have a simple conversation of your future goals and how potentially we can help you, right? But here's another thing. I got to speak to Evan multiple times. We've become friends over the last year. And if you're looking for real estate, I'm going to give a quick shameless plug to my friend here because you got me on this video. Definitely, if I would want to buy real estate, it would be from you. You're fantastic. You're a great person in and out. And there's a big career out there just about to open up. And so if anyone's working with you, they'd really like to have you at their agent.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And yeah, it means a lot to me. So thank you so much. And if anyone has a question about their finances, life insurance, anything like that, all of Jade's contact information will be there on the screen. So you can reach out to her or myself if you have any questions about real estate. And Jade, again, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.
Out there, everybody. Have a good one.